Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild, Haitian in the building, so original. Got the haters catching feelings. Get your hands up to the ceiling and keep them held high. Cause St. Louis isn't ready. Forget about it, goodbye. Hold on, we just saying hi. Five somebody, rise up weekdays. Catch us live, somebody. Let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. I know it's late. I know it is late, okay? I know. I gets it. Yo, man, Pascal out here late on a hump day. I get it. But I had to jump on here really quick and talk about this particular topic that's breaking. It has broke over the past couple of hours. And the thing is that let's be real. This one is a very interesting one, in my personal opinion. Now, of course, some of us like to speculate. Some of us have our theories and all of that. But I had to talk about this because I'm still trying to make this make sense for me. Okay? Just have to work this out with you guys and talk about it with my family. Okay? So you see right down below, if you don't know, Bob Saget, comedian Bob Saget. Okay, America's, I called him America's white daddy, okay, is no longer here. He was obviously Danny Tanner from Full House. He's a stand-up comedian. He's completely different from his on-air Danny Tanner character, which obviously shows his acting ability, his prowess, his skills. The man can act, right? And he was a really funny stand-up comedian. Now, we have this thing that's going on. They have come out with news of what was the cause of his passing. We have got to talk about this because I thought this was very interesting. I let it sit for a minute and I was just like, you know what? Nope. I got to jump on. I got to talk about this right the F now. So we're going to jump into this. I'm not going to be on for a very long time, but we're going to be here for an informative and hopefully a good time. So do me a favor, hit that like button down below, crush it, destroy it, make it call out your damn name, and also destroy and nuke that subscribe button, make it scream out your damn name, make it shake the very foundation of your private domicile. Okay? That'd be really greatly appreciated, okay? Well, we got to get into this, and this is breaking news. As of the past few hours, cause of death, the cause of his passing, comedian Bob Saget has finally been revealed, and we got to get into it. And they're saying it was head trauma from when he hit the back of his head, which caused internal bleeding in the brain, which also caused him to die. Yes, I'm not kidding. This is no lie. This is the truth. This is what they're saying right now. We have got to talk about it because, like I said, I got things to say. But I got to talk about it. We got to look at this article. We got to cover it because I got two different articles, actually. Let me pull this one up instead really quick. Okay. Bob Saget died from head trauma, family says. All right. And of course, if you don't know, like I'm just going to repeat it one last time. If you don't know who Bob Saget is, I'm about to show you a photo of him here very shortly. But at the same time, he was on this very big, very popular show, Full House. Okay. He was Danny Tanner on that show. But before that, he was also known as a stand-up comedian. And his comedy is completely different from what he was like on the set and on this show playing the part of Danny Tanner. He was much more raunchy, all right? He definitely pushed the envelope like a mug, and that's why people loved him so much. And that also shows his range as an actor and also as a comedian, right? He could still play the clean stuff, you know, and go Michelle and all that stuff, and then get on stage with a mic and just say the most raunchiest stuff you'd ever think would ever come out of Danny Tanner's mouth is happening on that stage. Completely two different people, but he was amazing, right? He was really funny. Okay, so here it is. Yeah, Ricard 0713. Some people think it is a weird show. But a lot of us grew up with it. He was basically the white version of the Cosby Show, right? People really looked at him as the white daddy, right? America's white daddy, right? So let's get into this. They say Bob Saget died from head trauma. This is very interesting right off the bat. Head trauma. Why? Why head trauma? So let's continue, okay? Bob Saget, who was found unresponsive in his hotel room last month, died from head trauma, his family said in a statement on Wednesday, okay, today. The comedian and actor, who is most famous for his role as Danny Tanner, as we already said, in the sitcom Full House, was found dead in his room in a Ritz-Carlton in Orlando, Florida on January 9th, authorities said. And we obviously covered this story. And of course, I had my own set of speculations and theories on what happened to him. And I thought maybe, he partied a little too hard. He was with a certain group of people, so on and so forth. Like I said, he was the complete antithesis of what his character was on TV. He is not Danny Tanner, okay? And he lived a different lifestyle, completely different lifestyle, okay? But this is here, right here. This is a quote that the family said, all right? They have concluded that he accidentally hit the back of his head on something, thought nothing of it. This is, of course, them speculating, and went to sleep. This is what his family said to a statement obtained by ABC News, which is the article I'm reading right now. This is the other very important part of it here, too. They say no drugs or alcohol were involved. So, of course, this is Bob Saget, his face and his smile. There's a lot of people that are hurting right now that he passed. A lot of people. Obviously, there's been a lot of coverage over this. A lot of people have talked about his passing. A lot of musicians, a lot of stand-up comedians that just obviously loved this man. And from what it sounds like, he was a pretty damn stand-up dude. Like, he was a good-ass dude. He could party like the best of them, and he was supportive, and he was a good dude. And now he's no longer here. So I just want to say that quick first to show him some respect, because obviously that is something that he rightfully deserves as a human being. Not only as a stand-up comedian, but also as a human being as well. And that's what I've been hearing about, like just hearing from different people of all walks of life, different races, just saying so many great things about this guy. Okay. But still, to me, I'm just saying, this is very interesting. They have concluded, I'm just going to highlight this one more time, or once again. I did have it highlighted earlier, but I unhighlighted it. But it says, they have concluded that he accidentally hit the back of his head on something. What did he hit the back of his head on? That's weird. What was it, an open cabinet? Did he hit his head on a sink? You know what I mean? Getting something from underneath the sink in the bathroom? Like, how hard do you have to hit the back of your head for it to cause internal bleeding? Don't you think that's a little... I don't, like I said, I'm not trying to push out a false narrative or anything of that, but that's so strange, right? Okay. And then on top of that, they say right here, well, they said they concluded that he actually hit the back of his head on something, thought nothing of it, because they obviously don't know, because unless there was somebody actually in the room that can recant what happened during this time. But he thought nothing of it and went to sleep. They added no drugs or alcohol were involved. Okay. Strange. I mean, like I said, if it is what it is, then it is what it is. But it is very strange. Trauma in the back of the head, internal bleeding in the brain, which caused him to perish. Okay, let's continue. A police report revealed that Saget, 65, was found unresponsive, not breathing, during a wellness check conducted after he failed to check out of his hotel room and his family was unable to reach him. Saget was discovered in a face upward position on his bed. His left arm was across his chest while the right arm was resting on the bed. No signs of trauma were seen. He was cold to the touch, yellow and clammy. The chief medical examiner for Orange and Osceola, I think, hopefully I'm saying that correct, counties had said a preliminary autopsy showed no evidence of drug use or foul play. Okay. His family said they wanted Saget's fans to hear the final conclusions from the authorities' investigations directly from us. As we continue to mourn together, we ask everyone to remember the love and laughter that Bob brought to the world and the lessons he taught us all: to be kind to everyone, to let the people you love know you love them, and to face difficult times with hugs and laughter, the family said. Of course, I'm gonna play this clip from Twitter here in a second. His wife, Kelly Rizzo, told Good Morning America last month that he wanted to spread love and laughter. He was just so wonderful, and I was just so proud or so honored to be his wife and to be a part of it and bring him any bit of happiness that I could, because he deserved it so much. They have been married since 2018. The night before he died, he did a show at the Ponte Verde Concert Hall in Jacksonville, Florida. Rizzo said that in her last conversation with her husband, while he was on his way back to the hotel following the show, he was telling me what a wonderful show he had and how it was so amazing. And of course, this is one of the shirts that I guess was recently made. Love like Jesus, hug like Bob Saget. In the wake of his passing, Saget's friends have helped raise awareness for a cause that was very special to him. And of course, there's obviously he had a sister that died from an autoimmune disease at the age of 47 in 1994. Saget's Full House family, of course, shared a sweatshirt that I just read, obviously, that says "Love like Jesus, hug like Bob Saget" in support of the foundation. But like I said, it's just so strange to me that this man passes, and he passes by hitting the back of his head on accident. Like I said, I'm not trying to stir the pot or make things awkward or make things worse. I mean, let the man rest in peace. Let's just be straight, funky on this, right? Let the man rest in peace. But it seems strange that he hit the back of his head and then just crawled into bed, went to sleep, and then died of internal bleeding of the brain from head trauma, because he did his own self-inflicted hit to the back of the head. Now, I get it. Sophia Martinez just said something that is very true. People don't take head injuries seriously. That's very true. But then it makes you wonder what happened, right? What did he do? What was it that he did that hit him so hard that it caused internal bleeding in the brain? What could he have done, right? Unless, what are the chances of him going out? He was kicking it. Let's just say they say no alcohol or drugs were involved in this. What he slipped? Like what how did this happen? How does this happen? And you know, Sophia ain't wrong. Plenty of people are like, I'm fine, I'm going to bed. Ouch, but I'm going to bed. Yeah, nah. I'm going to bed. We good. I'm fine. I'm going to bed. Let's put ice on it. It's fine. But was there a melted bag of ice by his body? Like nothing? It just seems weird. And like I said, I'm not trying to be like, oh, there's foul play. I'm not trying to be like that. I'm really not. But this one just seems strange, right? Now, he could have slipped, could have hit his head randomly. Things happen, mistakes happen, accidents happen. And then he just crawled himself in the bed. But he had a bruise in the back of his head, which caused him to die. I'm still trying to make this make sense. But, you know, let me check this out. Let's see what this has.
We weren't privy to that you would like for us to know about, Bob.
He had the biggest heart of anyone I've ever known. He put everybody first. He did everything for everybody. If you had a problem, he was the first person that was going to take care of it and help you. And he was just the most caring and kind and thoughtful person. He was so thoughtful. He was just the most absolutely wonderful husband that I ever could have dreamed of.
Obviously, he leaves behind a very doting wife, obviously, a very supportive and loving wife. And it you know, this is sad, y'all. I mean, this is sad. I mean, when I broke the story, when it first broke, it's devastating. It's shocking. It's surprising. You don't think that something like this could happen, especially the way he died. It's like I said, it's just weird how he died. But I ain't trying to sit here and say that that isn't possible. Those things are possible. But still, his passing, how he passed, is interesting. Bob Saget's, like right here, title right here. Bob Saget's cause of death revealed as brain bleed after comic suffered head trauma after he struck his head. And I want to know how he struck his head. He's in a Ritz-Carlton in a hotel in Orlando, and he hits the back of his head. How? You got to think about it. You got to hit the back of your head hard as hell. You have to hit the back of your head hard as hell for it to do a brain bleed. That's a hard hit. Either you are slipping and hitting the back of your head, right, in the privacy of this hotel room, or somebody hits you in the back of your head. How does one hit the back of their head by themselves in their home or in a hotel that hard to the point where it causes a brain bleed? Now, of course, I don't have a medical a medical official here. I don't have a medical expert here on the show or anything like that. I'm just saying these are questions that I wish can get answered, because this seems a little odd to me, don't you think? It's just a little odd. Like I said, I'm not trying to sit here and stir the pot of conspiracy theories or whatever, but when you hear a person gets hit themselves in the back of their head, just boom, by themselves, the back of your head, that takes a lot of work to make happen. Just saying. Now, I know some people are going to be upset. BW is upset. I'm not trying to stir any pot. I'm really not. I'm just curious. Then BW, please comment down below and comment in the chat and tell me, how can someone successfully do this by themselves? If it is else, I'm putting out these questions, okay? And I just want to know how. Now, infinite content, exactly. He could have slipped and fell in the bathroom for sure. He could have done that. Man, that's a heavy hit. That's a heavy fall. That's a hard hit in the back of the head. You see what I'm saying? I'm not sitting here saying that it's only just it's foul play. I've been saying that. So please, everybody who's getting upset, if y'all getting upset, chill. Okay? Tranquilo, por favor. Okay? Not trying to make anything bad. Just saying. That's a big hit to hit the back of your head that causes a brain bleed. Just saying. And I have to put out those speculations because there are people out here that are curious and are speculating the same thing I just said out here. So I apologize for putting out those, for saying what I'm saying right now, but you can't blame me for asking those questions. Those are viable questions that I'm sure everybody else would be asking as well. Now, here it is. What Infinite Content, shout out to my boy, Infinite Content. Thank you so much. What Infinite Content is saying here, yeah, he could have slipped and fell and hit the back of his head. Whew, that would have hurt in the bathroom. That's very possible as well. Very, very possible. It just sucks that this would be what happened, right? But they say here, Saget had a bruise on the back of his head in the wake of his passing, sources told the outlet, noting that it was not clear what Saget's head made contact with to trigger the deadly injury. They also said no drugs or alcohol were involved in his demise. None. So yeah, it could have just been a regular, straight up freak accident that happened inside of a bathroom. And let's be real, a bathroom can be very, very dangerous if you are not on your P's and Q's. And especially if it's soapy and slippery and all that stuff. And if they don't have those little pads that protect you, right? Your feet in the shower, in that tub / shower, that's a possibility as well. He could have slipped then too. But yes, trauma in the back of the head. It's terrible. Officials told the outlet that Saget was not aware of the extent of his injury prior to going to sleep and never woke up. So, and that's true. You know, they say whenever you get a concussion or anything like that, they'll sit there and go, please do not fall asleep. They'll try to make sure you stay up to not fall asleep at all. Just saying. That is very true. And then sometimes, like in this situation with Bob Saget, sometimes with situations like this, people automatically think, oh, I need to go to sleep. I'm tired. This hurts. Let me just lay down and go to sleep. Okay. And that's exactly what it sounds like he did. If it is really just him going to the bathroom and he slipped in the bathroom, hitting the back of his head and, against the anything in the bathroom, because everything is not soft in the bathroom. And those possibilities are real, right? Those possibilities are very, very real. But you have right here the cause of his passing. right here. But I will say this. I just really, really wish they would have at least went back to the hotel room just to see where he may have hit his head at. Just to see. It might have been anything. It could be anything. It could be a coffee table. It could be, it could be anything. Anything that's not soft. Shoot, he could have even slipped on his way into the hotel. He could have slipped outside on the street. I hate to put that gruesome and that graphic thought in anybody's mind, but think about it. He could have slipped. He could have literally slipped outside. He's having a great day. He's talking to his wife, going, hey, blah, blah, blah. Had a great show. Felt amazing to be up there for an hour and a half. Didn't feel like an hour and a half. It felt like 10 minutes. I killed it. Felt good to be back. Next thing you know, he trips. Those things do happen. Then suddenly he's like, that hurt. But he's like, I'm just going to get home. I'm going to get home. I'm going to take a shower, maybe, whatever. I'm going to lay down in bed. I'm sure I'm going to feel better when I lay down. Maybe that's it. Or maybe he just went home, was feeling really good, having a great day, having a great night, slipped somewhere in the hotel room. It hurt like the dickens, but it made him feel like I just need to lay down and sleep this off. I'll feel better in the morning. And he never woke up. Or you can go the other route and say that something else worse happened and that there was somebody else in that room with him. There's that other possibility as well. So, of course, you got to play those all sides of the spectrum. Not trying to talk down on this man at all. I feel like I showed a lot of respect to him in the very beginning of this show, in the very beginning of this stream. But at the same time, it is a very strange situation. And that's why I wish they would go back to that hotel room and just see where he could have maybe, possibly hit his head just to add everything up. Or maybe they already have the information. Maybe they already know, but they haven't put out the information yet. There it is, Let me see if there's anything else in this article really quick before more people get upset, because I'm not trying to get people upset here. All right. These are just conversations. And I was a fan of Bob Saget too. All right. Not trying to talk down on this man's life or anything like that. But you can't help but ask those questions. Now, the authorities have determined that Bob passed away from head trauma. They have concluded that he accidentally hit the back of his head on something and then thought of nothing of it and then went back to sleep. And they keep saying no drugs or alcohol were involved. And I'll say this just so you guys know, in all honesty, I did think that in the very beginning, when they said that he had passed, I instantly thought that there was some sort of drugs or alcohol involved. Unfortunately, that's kind of the sad situation with a lot of these stand-up comedians, a lot of these actors. A lot of times that's the ultimate, their ultimate demise, right? And this is not the situation here. So I stand corrected. I stand absolutely corrected. Hit the back of his head. So let me see if there's anything more in this article. Nope. That is about it. It's very interesting, y'all. Very, very interesting. And it is a very interesting series of events, that has transpired around this. Let's see. Infinite Content. What's up? For context, I could have heel kicks to the back of my skull from black belts in karate, but they never had me as loopy as hitting my head falling downstairs. You know what? you are absolutely correct. I've definitely done my fair share, man. I have definitely done my fair share of hitting my head. I'm just being real. I have done my fair share of going underneath. Like I even said it earlier. I was like, did he just like bend over us into a getting something from the bottom of in a cabinet underneath a sink or something like that, or he dropped something underneath a sink and he got up really fast and bow, he just not, you know what I mean? He just clocked him. He knocked his own self out, type of thing. How did that happen? It just seems, like I said, it's just weird. It's just weird, but it is what it is. That's what they're saying. But it doesn't hurt to look at the other possibilities, right? And of course, what they're saying is that they don't see any foul play, so there's no foul play. He must have slipped. He must have made a mistake. He must have tripped or something. And it's terrible. That is a terrible way of going. That is a terrible way to leave this planet, right? To leave everything behind. And it sucks. And I'll say it here now. I mean, may he rest in peace. He was here for a reason. He brought laughter and he brought love and hugs to millions of people. And now he is no longer here. And now the cause of his passing is because he tripped. He must have tripped. That's the only way he could have done it. If it wasn't something else, right? And all roads are leading towards not that. It's leading towards he tripped or he fell somewhere and he hit his head so hard that it caused internal bleeding in his brain. And instead of him going to a hospital, or instead of him actually staying up, right, and not sleeping, he went to sleep and he passed in his sleep. And I hope that it was not I hope that it wasn't a painful passing, right? That he just passed quietly, right? That he passed quietly. So there it is. There it is. Blunt force or blunt trauma to the back of his head, which caused brain bleeding. Man. So hopefully, now that you guys all know, this is what has happened, right? This is the news. This is the story. Yes, I'm hoping he didn't suffer. Aside from the pain from getting hit, from hitting himself in the back of the head, right? Man, it sucks, But it also, I will say this though too. I got to add this too. This is a great reminder of how precious your life is. How literally 1 second you can be here doing anything, and the next minute you can be gone, just like that. This is a great example of how precious, how delicate our lives really are. And we should be taking our lives and appreciating every breath that we take and making sure that whatever we leave behind here on this planet is something positive, is a legacy. Even if it's a legacy of happiness, love, and hugs, it's a legacy that people will remember you by. So anyway, that is the show. That is the show. And I appreciate all you guys from being on and listening to me and hearing me out. Like I said, these are some serious things that we need to talk about. And it sucks that we have people who are doing some really great things out here that are no longer here. Just embrace the beauty of the world. Embrace how precious life is, because life is so damn precious, and we should thank our lucky stars, because it's like 4 trillion to 1, right? That we're even blessed to be on here, this planet, to breathe in the freedom air, and all that stuff, right? So as much as we can, let's give love. Let's give happiness and let's give hope to the people that are around us, right? Leave a positive legacy behind, just like Bob Saget and a lot of other people that have passed over the past 6 weeks or something like that. It's been terrible. But anyway, love is in need of love today, Pascal. You know what? You ain't not wrong. You are not wrong. Infinite content. Real talk. You know. And Ricard, thank you so much. I appreciate you appreciating the update. Like I said, this was a short one, but if you guys can do me a favor, and please do not forget to hit that like button down below, hit that subscribe button. It'd be really, really appreciated. I saw another comment on here. I just wanted to pull up. Let me just find it really, really quick before I head off. The Pascal Show, a story update on the cops that shot Fanta in Sharon Hill, Philadelphia. I'm sorry. What? Those cops got... yeah, send it to me. Send it my way. Send it my way. Infinite content. I would love to hear about that. Real bloody talk. But yes, before y'all leave, please hit that like button down below. Send those likes all the way past 200. Saw a bunch of souls in here. Thank you so much for blessing the show and being a part of the show today. It really, really means a lot. And then for those of y'all who don't agree with everything that I say, I appreciate you guys sitting and hearing me out. You know, I got to talk things out. And that's why I came on with you guys to talk about this. But yes, may Bob Saget rest in peace. We now know what his cause of his passing is. And now we can cherish him and appreciate all the things that he has left behind and keep living our lives fully. So anyway, it is time to get going. And much love to all you guys. I'll be on tomorrow for sure. So I'm sure I'll be live at some point tomorrow. I won't be on tomorrow morning. First thing in the morning, I will not. But I will be on sometime in the mid-afternoon time. So anyway, I appreciate all y'all. Be blessed out there. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Okay? This is the Pascal Show. Bye.